You might have seen on this channel that I have far too many books, and especially FairyLoot books. So today I'm going to go through the books that I've decided is going to be part of my try a challenge. And if I don't like any, they're going to go. Hi everyone, I'm Lauren and welcome back to my channel. This is Lauren's Literary Library. We talk about all things books and my own writing journey. But today is slightly different for me because it's not something I've ever done, but it's something that I have seen other people do, and that is a try a chapter challenge. So I'm going to bend the rules slightly because I feel like one chapter is potentially not enough for me, because I know sometimes it takes a couple, but I've got a list of books that I'm going to go through right now as like my introduction to this, and these books I am going to read the first couple of chapters of, maybe right now, maybe not, and decide if I'm keeping them or I'm getting rid of them. This ranges from FairyLoot books that I received from, I think some of them are 2021, all the way up to, I think, the end of 2025. So there's a big gap. It's not all the books that I own, but it'll be a good start to decide if the books that I have on my shelves are books that I want to keep. The first one I've got in my list is Cruel Illusions by Margie Fuston. And I know that this was a vampire book, and I'm pretty sure it said that it was a Buffy. Oh my God, this is, yeah. So it's Caraval meets Buffy the Vampire Slayer. And it's also an actual pen-signed FairyLoot one. This one is from 2022. It's an old one. There's not as much. I think this is when they first started like going a bit fancy with the books. But when I got it, I was so excited to read it and attempt it because it was a vampire book. I love vampires. Vampires are like one of my favourite sort of fantastical paranormal creatures. But have I picked this book up? No, I have not. So my plan is to read the first couple of chapters. My prediction for this is that I will be keeping it and I will be continuing on with this book. So I think I might do an aftermath video of this as well. So I'm going to try the chapters and then I'm going to do a reading vlog of the books that I decided to keep, of me reading the books to see if it was worthwhile. Because this one, I'm really expecting me to enjoy it, but who knows? It is one of those things where the first few chapters might be a massive lie. The next one on my pile, and these are literally in no order, I've just put them in a pile, is Woven in Moonlight by Isabel Ibanez. This is one of the first FairyLoot books I've got, which is why there is such minimal design work on it. We don't even have like end paper artwork. There was no, like, literally nothing. I think it was the reverse cover, which is what made the different cover, which was what made these the special editions. It's strange to see how far we've come. This one is also pen signed. What year was this one? This one's from 2020, so this is probably the first one, like the earliest one that we've got in this list. I was kind of excited to read this. I studied Spanish for a while. I can speak Spanish. I wouldn't say I'm fluent much anymore because I don't use it as much as I'd like. So I was excited to get like an Hispanic author, but then I heard that there was some sort of controversy around her, so I kind of never read it, but at the same time I really wanted to. So, oh no, this one, was this a FairyLoot one? It's got to be a FairyLoot one. I don't think it is. How have I got a pen signed book? No, this is not a FairyLoot book. This is one I got for Christmas one year from Todd, which is really bad that I'm thinking of getting rid of it. But I didn't realise this was a signed book. I've literally never opened it. Look, that is like a proper pen signature. You can see the ghosting from the pen on the other side. What? I know it was in the FairyLoot, which is why I probably thought it was, but I don't think this is. No, it's not. This isn't. Wow. So I'm potentially getting rid of an actual exclusive book, which makes sense why there's no like thing in it. I thought it was definitely a special edition without much special editionness to it. I don't really know what this is. I'm sure it's like magical realism with animal companions. I don't 100% know. I really wanted to read it when I first heard about it. I think I just missed out in FairyLoot for getting this. So I put it onto my wish list and that's how I got it for Christmas. But I'm not sure. I feel like this could go one or two ways. I think this is firmly an in the middle book because I don't really know much about it. It may have just been like an impulse. Everyone was reading it, sort of add it to the wish list rather than having a reason for it. So I'm not sure how this one's gonna go, but I'm curious to see. So the next book in my list is Blood Sion by Deborah Falaya? I'm not entirely sure. This is definitely a FairyLoot one. This is from 2022. I can't remember much about what this one was about. Something to do with gods of heat and fire, which makes sense. there's not a lot of, like I said, this day you can tell it's an early FairyLoot because there's so little special edition to it. Oh, I remember this one because they put the cover onto the hardback and I loved that. I thought it was amazing that we got both. I forgot about that. Again, I think this is probably one that's going to fall down the middle. It's either going to be amazing or I'm just going to feel a little bit meh about it in general. So I'm curious to see where this one is going to take me because I can't remember anything about it. The next book I picked up was The Bright and the Pale by Jessica Rubanowska. I believe this one is like a very snowy one. I want to say like Norse-esque. I can't fully remember. Oh no, it's a Russian, inspired by Russian folklore, which makes sense because I'm pretty sure Jessica Rubanowska is like Russian descendant. I don't really know much else about this. Again, it's been on my shelf for ages. I just need to give it a try, see if I like it or not because I'm getting far too many books that I'm just keeping hold of. I think when I first got this, I was probably quite intrigued by it because all of the premises of these books sound really good. I don't think, the only one that I really not enjoyed too much was Fabled by Adrian Young. So we'll see if this one follows suit. If I do like it, looks like it'll be quite a quick read. It's one of the smaller hard backs that we've received. It's more like a normal paperback in its size. But reading Russian folklore is a little bit different. It's not something that I get to do a lot. I've not stumbled across many books that are Russian folklore inspired. So I'm curious to see how I feel about this. The next book I've got is The Rose Bargain by Sasha Payton Smith. This one I know I was really excited to read. I think it was 2024 this one turned up, maybe 2025. Right, 2025. I don't think I know which time it was, but I want to say this was just after just as I was trying to get back into filming again last year. I might have got an unboxing for this one and I know that I was really excited. Or I filmed it and I never edited it because I've done that with a few of these. So I was really excited. This is like the Bridgerton meets Fae, I think is the general gist of it. So I was really excited, but again, I've just never picked it up. So this one I'm expecting to be a 5-star read because it's just the blurb to it and the sort of inspirations, I guess you could say, behind it are things that I find really interesting and I think I will really like it. I don't know why I've not picked it up, but this one looks like, yeah, I'm excited to read this one and I just need to get around to it. The next one I've got is Thorn Season by Kira Azar. Oh, this is the actress, isn't it? Yeah, so Kira Azar was in Shadow and Bone, Netflix adaptation. I think she was, can't remember her name. I've only ever read the first Shadow and Bone, so I can't really remember much. This one, I think I remember thinking also really, really something that I would love. So I know this one's June 2025 because I had the spoiler card with it. So this has been like a year that I've had it. They've just been piling up on the side of my desk. Some of these have come from my bookshelf upstairs and I've just pulled some off like the edge of my desk because I need to reclaim some desk space as well. I think this has got like magic in it. I think there's like it's sort of like an epic-y fantasy style thing from what I can just tell briefly. So I think this one I'm also going to really enjoy. I think the first few chapters of this will be really good and it may be one that I kind of just carry on anyway. So we're going to see how much I can like entice myself away from them because I just think, oh yeah, this is the one with the beautiful hardcover. I can't remember if I ever did this, but I forgot about how much I love this hardcover. So I really hope I enjoy this one because this is a stunning book that I would love to keep on my shelves. So the last one that I've got is again one that's from this side. So it's probably from 2025 at some point, and that is Her Hidden Fire by Cleena O'Sullivan. I love this cover and there's dragons in it. I forgot about that. So again, I think this is one that I'm gonna really like. I think this is Irish inspired. I'm not sure if it's fully Celtic. I want to say Celtic? Yeah, Celtic. I can never remember which way round is Celtic and Celtic because I know that there is a difference and I can never remember which one is the difference. Oh no, this is the 2026 one. So this must have been like from the start of this year. Have I filmed an unboxing? This would be really funny if this was the February one. I don't think it was. This might have been January's book or December's book, but I do know that I got it and I thought it'd be really interesting. So again, I think this is one that I'm going to enjoy and potentially carry on over into my next vlog, but we're just gonna have to see. I don't know if to just try reading these now and seeing how I feel, but I think some of these chapters are going to be quite long. Yeah, so I think I might try reading a couple of these just to see where I'm at, because if I can narrow down my list, because I think what's that? I'm going to count how many books that is in a second. If I can narrow down the amount of books that I'm carrying over into my actual reading vlog, that'd be really useful, because it takes me forever to get reading vlogs done because I just don't have the time to sit and read. Although maybe I can use this as a way to force myself to stop doom scrolling, because that is also becoming a problem. So I've currently got 7 books and I feel like I want one more and just like to round it off to 8. So I'm gonna find another one. Okay, so I found another book because apparently I've got too many. I know I've got too many books. They're all stashed around this desk, they're upstairs. I need to try and purge my collection down a little bit. But what I have found is Where Shadows Meet by Patrice Caldwell. This looks like it's another vampire book, which is weird that I've managed to pick up 2 vampire books. Oh, this is the Sapphic one. Yeah, I do remember this. Which year was this one? 2025. Hotkey books. I do like books by Hotkey Books. I've enjoyed them. So I can't really remember the full premise of this. This is one that I've literally just found. So now I've got 8. So this is probably going to go onto my potentially I won't like pile. Actually, no, I think this is one that I think I might like, because I do love vampires. And I remember being shocked by this because it was Sapphic, and I don't think they've done anything with that before. I can't remember any of their picks being like non-cis-het. I don't think. I might be misremembering. So this is going to go on to my, I think this is, I'm going to enjoy, which is also interesting that I've managed to accidentally pick this one up because we are in Pride Month. So I've managed to find myself a Pride friendly book to read just on pure chance. Not that I cater my reading to things like that. I prefer to just try and find books to read all year round, but it's nice to include it. So I think this one I'm going to enjoy. I'll show you the piles of what I think I'm going to enjoy versus what I think I am probably not going to carry on with. So this is my pile of books that I think will probably be in the reading vlog. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We've got Thorn Season, Her Hidden Fire, The Rose Bargain, Cruel Illusions, and what was it called again? Where Shadows Meet. I think I'm going to read the first couple of chapters of these and be like, yes, I need these in my life. We'll read these right now and we'll want to finish the book straight away. Which leaves these 3 books as ones that I'm not entirely sure about. So we've got Woven in Moonlight, Blood Cyan, and The Bright and the Pale. I think that these could go either way. I'm either going to be really grasped and enthralled, or I'm just going to be a bit like, not quite for me. And if they're not quite for me, they will be going up on my Vinted account. Maybe keep this one just because it was a birthday present, but it's probably going to go just so I've got some extra space on my shelves, seeing as most of these did not come off my bookshelf. So I'm going to start off the video by reading 3 books. I'm going to quickly read through the first couple of chapters, I think, of the books that I don't think I'm going to enjoy. I have got a couple of things to use as bookmarks, some tarot cards that I found, and my FairyLoot bookmark. I've got loads of these hanging around somewhere, but I just don't know where they've all gone. So yeah, we'll see if I like any of the books that I don't think I'm going to be really bothered by. I'm going to start with The Bright and the Pale. I've read the first chapter and I'm hooked. I am curious. There's a rebellion going on in here. There's mention of gods, a strange all that has turned people from a certain region translucent and having like really pale hair. I thought my phone was ringing then. Yeah, I'm definitely intrigued. So this one is actually going to be staying and will be part of my reading vlog that I will be doing. This is what I was worried about. I was worried I was going to pick up books and read the first chapter and be like, no, actually, I think all of these books are for me, which is going to be an issue because I need some space. So the next book I'm going to try is Blood Scion by Deborah Filaya. I'm not sure how much longer I've got left to film, so this might be the only one I try right now, and then I will try the others off camera and just come back with updates of where I'm at. Oh, this chapter. So this is definitely going to be an intense read, I think. So we have got content warnings right at the start that I noticed. Let me see if I can find it again. This book is inspired by the real life horrors endured by child soldiers and the war on children in particular, and thereof tackles themes of war, violence and sexual assault. Please read with care. And that last one is almost occurring in the first chapter. So if that's something that you personally can't deal with, I would not recommend reading this book, because I feel like if that's just like a beginning taste of it, it's going to get a lot worse as we go further on into the rest of the storyline. It's gripping though. I am very intrigued as to about what happens next, but also feel like it's not going to be a nice, quick, easy read. It's definitely going to be one that is going to like take a bit of time to get through and sit with me. So I'm not sure if to include it in the vlog, because I don't know if this is going to how long this is going to take to get through and how heavy it's going to be, but how also it might be interesting to have that sort of narrative as like and thoughts being given for it, because I think this is going to be good, but just a heavy book, I think, is where it's going to be. Okay, so I've got 5 minutes left on my battery of my camera, or is it film time? Either way, I've not got much time left, so I'm not going to read the first chapter of Woven in Moonlight on camera. I'm going to read the other 6 books. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yes, I'm going to read the first chapters of the other 6 books off camera, come back with an update of which ones will be continued on into my reading vlog that I will hopefully be getting up and out, I want to say by the end of June, but I don't know if I'm being optimistic with myself there. So I will catch you in the next little section. I don't know how long it will be until I can get that one up. Well, that bit filmed, maybe today, might be like the weekend potentially, if I've got time to read all these books, well, the first chapters beforehand. But I am curious to see, because so far, not a single one of these books is leaving my shelves, and that's going to become a problem. Hello, welcome back to the second part of this try a chapter challenge, and I have some very unfortunate news. This is the pile of books that I will be carrying over into my reading vlog. Can you tell why it's unfortunate yet? So it turns out I liked all of them, but they are in a specific order, and that is from what I think I will least enjoy to what I'll most enjoy. So we're going to go through. It is going to be a reading vlog of 8 books, which is very ambitious for me, someone who is notoriously bad at doing reading vlogs. So I need to try and put them somewhere where I can easily pick them up, because these are heavy. But yeah, I'm going to go through the ones that I didn't read on camera and check the notes that I put for them. So I've added a little note after I've read each chapter to see what my initial thoughts were and why I think it'll be something that I want to carry on and not get rid of straight away. But yeah, it's going to be a little bit It's going to be an ambitious reading vlog, let's put it that way. So the book that I think I'll enjoy the least is actually Her Hidden Fire by Clena O'Sullivan. And the only reason pretty much I'm sticking with this is because of the blurb and the information I think it's going to be, but it was very slow to get into. Yeah, so it was really slow, but I loved the relationship and the friendship from the two main characters. I'm gonna have to use the character pronunciation guide because I can't remember how to pronounce their names. Aya and Yunarwin. Yeah? Aya and Yunarwin are the two main characters. I am never going to be able to get that in my head properly. I might just have to read them constantly. But it was really slow. The main character, Aya, that's how it's spelled, and I really hope I'm not butchering that. Aya has clearly got some secrets that she's not talking about, and she's also an orphan. I love the build-up from this, and the third-person point of view was interesting because I've not read many books in a third-person past. It's past, isn't it? Yeah, past for a while. So I was intrigued, but it was really slow, and I did actually stop the chapter halfway through. So this almost ended up on my initial get rid, but I really like the premise behind it. So I think this is one where you'd need to read a couple of chapters to get a full idea of if you're gonna like it or not. But this one I think is gonna be one that I don't enjoy as much. I feel like it might be a bit slow going, but we'll find out. And the next one that I think I will least enjoy, I was actually surprised at, and that was Cruel Illusions by Margie Fuston. And again, this was like, the backstory seemed to like go on for too long, and my notes was feeling a little meh about this until the last line of chapter 1 was delivered. And honestly, I read that line and was like, oh my god, I'm hooked. And it's weird that I went through like so many pages to get to this point, and then that last line just completely like pushed me over the edge into, oh no, actually I think I'm gonna really enjoy this. So again, I expected that I would love this book just from like the initial outset, but yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna be really disappointed, but I'm kind of hoping that the rest of the book redeems itself, and it's just the way that it was setting up the backstory and the character dynamics before we get to that point. But I am a little bit nervous. So the third from the bottom is maybe not a full surprise, but it's definitely one that I kind of expected, and that is Blood Scion by Deborah Falea. It's not because I don't think I'm going to enjoy it. I think it's just going to be a really heavy read. So it might just be that it doesn't quite grasp me as much as I want it to. So because of that, it's weird because I think I'm going to enjoy it, but I also think it's going to be really heavy, and I think that is why in my head I've pulled it down a little bit, because I've also like rated these in what I think I'm most likely to give a 5-star. This one might actually get a 5-star and others don't, just because the way that the themes and the content is done in it, but I don't know. So it's kind of in the middle, but it's on the lower end of the middle. The next one is The Bright and the Pale by Jessica Rubenkowski. I think this will go one of two ways again, which is why it's in the middle. I really liked that first chapter. I didn't write a note on this one, did I? Because I did it. Yeah, I really liked the first chapter. I liked the build up. I was intrigued. But again, it's one of those I feel like could fall either way. So I've been a little bit conservative by putting it in the middle of this list. The next one, and I am kind of surprised where this one fell, to be honest, is Where Shadows Meet by Patrice Caldwell. So the notes I've got for this one are, oh yeah, a prologue done right, setting up a very interesting mythology. So this is the Sapphic Vampire Gods and Goddesses book. I am very intrigued by this. The prologue in here blew me away. I almost carried on reading, but I kind of pulled myself back and stopped because, I mean, it's not a very long book, so I felt like I might be reading too much if I just did that. But I feel like this is a really good contender for a 5-star. It's definitely higher than I expected when I just picked it up off the fly. But yeah, I am definitely interested to see where this goes, and I kind of hope I like it. And third from the top is Woven in Moonlight by Isabel Ibanez. Again, I had a feeling I was going to like this one, but it was I still don't really know much about the controversies around the author, but this one is, I love the Hispanic influence. It's got a very Prince and the Pauper vibe to it, and there was enough backstory in here to pull you in, but not too much that it felt like you'd been bogged down and given an info dump. I felt like it like balanced the line really well between those two. I don't fully understand the magic system in here yet, but I did like it. Oh, there was one thing, and I can't remember which page it was on, but it was one of the, I have to try and find it. This was a very long first chapter as well, but there was one bit, and because it is Hispanic, there is some Spanish words like thrown in as well, and I'm not gonna be able to find it now. Pretty much the main character just says something like "por coño" or something, which made me laugh because the Spanish word for coño is like one of the most offensive swear words in English, and I love the fact that this word in Spanish is just like idiot or something really benign. But in English, if you were to say it, would like you would be offended, but in Australia they'd be like, yeah, you're just a friend. I'm not saying it because I don't want to get this, like, I'm not monetized, but I don't want the video getting taken down. But yeah, I kind of really liked that, and I laughed at it because, again, it just reiterated something that I already knew about the differences in words between languages. Yeah. So the second most likely book that I think I will enjoy or give a 5-star is Thorn Season by Kira Azar. And my notes for this one were, knew this would be good. It's a 5-star prediction, beautiful descriptions, intriguing magic system, great first chapter. I loved this. We were thrust into the middle of everything. At the end of the chapter, there was a little bit of a twist, not a full twist, but enough to make you go, oh, that's not actually where I was expecting this to go. So excited, really wanted to carry this one on. But again, I held myself back a little bit just because I wanted to be able to get through all of these first chapters in time for this video to go up. And so that leaves a book that I'm not actually surprised about, and that is The Rose Bargain by Sasha Payton Smith. I am surprised, but I'm not, but I knew that I was gonna really enjoy this. So the first actual chapter in here is like a page and a half, and I was hooked from that. And that is because the first actual chapter is more like a prologue, and it's the War of the Roses. If anybody knows anything about me, medieval history is my jam, like medieval English, French history. The War of the Roses is something that I really enjoy. So a subversion on that piece of history to get the story to pull through as it has, mind blown, loved it. So I read that, and then I read the next chapter because I felt like that wasn't enough, although I was already hooked. So my notes for this were War of the Roses intro with lots of question marks, short but amazing, read the next chapter, 5-star prediction, love interest, her sister's ex, and then I've put hashtag scandalous. Imagine that in the voice of the Ashleys from Recess. I would insert a clip, but I don't understand the fair usage laws on Disney, and it freaks me out a little bit, and I don't want to get into issues with Disney. And there's another twist. Oh yeah, there was a twist right at the end, which I wasn't expecting, but I was hooked. I love the way that the world is described. I know it's just like an alternate universe Regency England, but the descriptions in here are beautiful. I loved the way that everything was described. I think this is going to be 5 stars. I'm actually, if this isn't a 5-star book, I will be so shocked. So I imagine this one's going to stay, and Thorn Season is going to stay. Those are like my two main, I think I'm going to really enjoy these. So because I've liked every book from this, my new rule is anything that doesn't get more than 3.5 stars is going. And that's because I tend to rate quite highly. So if I don't give it a 3.5, it's just not going to cut it. And the spreadsheet that I have that I mark everything on does it, and I normally round up a little bit. So if it literally does not get 3.5 on the spreadsheet, it's going on my Vinted to hopefully free some space up. But I have now got 8 books that I need to read, and also 8 books that I need to vlog and talk about. So I don't know when this vlog's coming out. I think I said at the end of June, but I think I might be a little bit ambitious. So my try a chapter challenge really failed on me, and I've got no words. I can't describe any better what I need to do. But if you've read any of the books that I have read for this try a chapter and that I will be reading in my reading vlog, let me know what you thought to them. Do you think there's going to be any that I don't like, or do you think I'm going to like all of them and then I'm going to have to find another way to trim down my library shelves? If you like this video, don't forget to give it a like, and if you want to see more of me, don't forget to hit subscribe. There have been new videos every single week for 2 months. I'm on a roll. As always, I hope you're well and you're all staying safe. And until next time, bye.